All right, too drunk to record a show. Fantastic. Morning, everybody. My name is Curtis, and oh snaps, I'm yeah, it's true. I'm too drunk to maneuver the camera mouse, and that happens sometimes. You think I'm gonna do a show. I'm gonna do a show. I'm gonna get the shows done. And ready to go so that I just have to edit them and upload them throughout the week instead of record, edit, upload all before 9 o'clock in the morning. By before 9, I mean before 8:30 because I have to still drive to work, and then sometimes I'll just upload them when I get to work. Again, stop talking about the show in the show. But I have to explain the fact that I'm too drunk to do a show, and lots of people go to work drunk all the time. And this is why I'm saying this is not what the show is about, but don't ever drink and drive. My reaction time is easily 1/100th, 1/10, like half, if not more so, of what it normally is. And I'm so desperately adding a bunch of extra words and nonsense to just pile on so that you don't notice the fact that I don't remember the next thing I'm going to say already because I'm just too drunk. And that's what happens when you go to a party with drunk Curtis, or if Curtis goes to a party and he gets drunk and you start hearing Curtis stories, um, you're gonna get like twice as many stories somehow, but probably fragmented, and hopefully I'll put them back together somewhere in the story. Maybe I'll keep my eyes open and not go to sleep during it all. How many times can I do this without making myself crazy? I hate when I do that, and I don't know why I do, but I do. But when you're drunk, you're like, hey, look at that idiot in the mirror. Because sometimes you gotta stop and take a look at the man in the mirror and ask him if he wants to change his ways. I don't remember. But anyway, uh, we are going to do a drunk episode or two. I've got my notes written for at least 2 episodes. Can I do it? I don't know. I've done drunk podcasts, but that's a little bit different. I have somebody else to converse with, and in this case, it's just me and the silence of the rest of the world, and of course the TV show that Tara's watching downstairs, while she doesn't do this show. Later on, we'll record a No Such Thing as Grown Ups, and you can hear more of this craziness. Today's episode, however, though, is about uh, over exaggerating your movements because of alcohol. It's not. It's not at all. Okay, seriously, let's stop talking about that and let's do the show. Everybody, calm down. Terry, calm down. We're doing the show now. This is serious stuff. This is definitely not something I should talk about while drunk, but it's too late. It's too late. I didn't plan on be like I'll record the show and then I'll have some drinks because it's the weekend, and instead it was like I'll have some drinks, and it only takes two for me to get kind of drunk, and I'm on like two and a half, three, so I'm actually drunk, and showtime. So here's the thing. Facebook, the news, all the things in the world are like, excuse me, Curtis. Can I tell you something? What's that? What's that all of the world? What do you want to tell me about today? Something funny, something interesting, or something terrible and awful and just unbelievable? Oh, we're gonna go with awful and unbelievable today. Fantastic. Excellent. That's what I wanted. So what's crazy today? Oh, well, turns out if you go to Oklahoma, like maybe you've been spending your whole life worrying, I haven't developed Kevin Costner gills for when the water world happens. I got to learn how to breathe underwater for when the water world happens. I got to learn how to shoot for when the zombies happen. I got to learn how to, you know, trip up a robot with crazy human logic that sends it into a does not compute situation and explodes so that I can avoid the robot apocalypse. I'm already way up here before we even start, and I'm having a good day, just watching some comedy, doing a bunch of sketches. Before we go to Oklahoma, real quick, let's talk about something real fun, so I can just calm down for a second. My new thing on Instagram. Follow me on Instagram. It's no such thing as grownups. Uh, go to the website and whatever, no such thing as grownups.com for everything for this show, for all of our shows. And as always, books and things that we sell, comics that I've made, that Tara's made, and art and whatnot. I'll add more things as the audience grows bigger and you demand more things from me. I will make those things crazy. On Instagram/Facebook, follow me on Facebook. It's just me, Curtis. I think you need my last name, Carey. Um, I've started this thing. I decided to say hi to my friend Keith, who's an artist guy who likes to draw. So this will be fun and adorable. I wrote "Hi Keith" and a picture of me like waving hi, real quick, real scribbly. Post and see what happens. And you know what happened? The unthinkable. Keith drew a picture of himself saying hi to me. What? And then this other girl, Mary Pierre, she was like, "Ah, you guys are adorable." And she drew one, and she's like, "I haven't even drawn in years and years and years. Here's a picture of me saying hi to you guys." Excellent. It's the circle of life. You created a trend, started something new, and you're making friends. Not really. These are all people I already knew. But I decided that it would be a funny slash clever name to call it hashtag getting high, HI, because you'll be getting high. I wanted to say getting highs, but I want to do that with an apostrophe S, and hashtags don't really work well with apostrophes. So I just, fine, we'll just go with getting high, and then you will get a high, hey, from me as a cartoon character. Like I said, I feel like 900% more comfortable relating to people through cartoons than with my own actual face and words. Although this feels pretty good and pretty fun. I'm getting used to it. So if you want to follow the Instagram or my Facebook, just by liking those things, you automatically kind of get jammed into my subconscious to, hey, you should send a hi to this person. And that's about it. Usually just pick somebody who likes it, and then they get a hi. Or somebody who I genuinely am like, "Oh, hey, I haven't said hi to you in a long time. Hi, Nikki." Or, "Hey, Mirko." Or whatever. End of the list of people who I really have wanted to say hi to in a long time. That's not true. There's more people out there. Just know you're probably not listening. Like, hey, Nathaniel Heath, huh? Your name is just fun to say, and you have an awesome band name. Holy snaps! What is this? 8 minutes in, and we haven't started the show. That's a new record for show. Let's get started. It's gonna get dark. It's gonna get crazy. I think I told you to check out the things I wanted you to check out. Yeah. So that's a thing. I say hi to people on Instagram. Hi, people. And I say hi to you here. But if you would like a drawn version posted somewhere, that's a thing. That's a thing that exists, and more will happen. Terry got his uh, awards, his prizes for the contest I made up because he is so great in the mail, and he posted them to Facebook and on the Moncton artist community on Facebook, as he should have done. Yet again, I feel like he should have won yet another prize for being like, he won a prize correctly in a way that should win him more prizes. But I'm not made of prizes. Someday I will be, and then people will just like, this will be Ellen all over the place. I actually have a bunch of notes to do a show about Ellen. We'll do that later on. This show is, again, like I said, very dark territory. So in Oklahoma, if you already know, you already know. This judge decreed that this underage kid who was like, "Hey, I got drunk with my underage friends," and then one of the girls, or the girl, she passed out. She passed out super hard, like bang, out, done. Hey, what do we do? What do we do? Make sure the camera's working. When a girl is super passed out, we should make sure she's safe and nobody rapes her, because that's the first thing. That's the first thing you kind of have to worry about if a girl passes out. Make sure nobody else rapes her, because everybody is a crazy person and a rapist and don't trust anybody. Like, that's what TV taught me growing up. That's what Blossom was for, right? Hey, Six. Hey, Blossom. What did we learn today? Everyone's trying to rape us. All right, cool. Let's avoid that. Hopefully our friends aren't maniacs. Hope so. So this girl's friends are maniacs. At least one of them, he put his penis in her mouth, and then I don't know, the way the story is written, they checked it out and there was DNA that matched and blah blah blah. Either way, point is, if you ejaculate in somebody's mouth while they're awake or while they're asleep, that's okay. Got some programs bouncing up. That's wicked illegal. Like that's the most illegal thing you can do ever, ever. So the fact, like, I think that if a judge says that that's not illegal, which he did, this is totally, it's just harmless prankery. Then that judge needs to be immediately taken to a court where they explain to him, "You're a rapist, judge. You're a rapist. I know you didn't physically do it, but you are now causing every rape in Oklahoma now because you just said no, no, no. It's fine. It's fine. If you wake up and you're like, what, what? Hey, hey, Jeffrey. Hey, Jeffrey, come in here a minute. Can you explain to me why my mouth is full of, let's get scientific, ejaculate? Because it sounds even worse. Why is that, Jeffrey? Oh, hilarious. It's called a good one. It's a good one, huh? Um, while you were passed out, Steve watched while I, had sex with your face. Hilarious. And and the judge in this town is gonna say that's cool. That's cool. That judge needs to go to jail for rape. He's a rapist. You're a rapist. If you say it's okay for somebody to rape somebody's face, you're a rapist as well. That's how that works. And I mean, this is from the world where, I mean, when I say the word rape, people are like, you say the word rape a lot. That's because I look at it a little bit differently than everybody else. Everybody else seems to think rape is you beat the snot out of somebody, you hold them down, and you force something, and then, yeah, I think it starts way earlier in the hey, hey, you don't really want this up in your grill, and I'm gonna try and make out with you. Oh no? Okay. That's a little bit of that's a little rapey. It's a little rapey. You don't jam your face in somebody else's face. It's gross and weird. People's faces are weird. I've said it 1,000 times. I have a hard time looking at people in the eye because people's eyes are disgusting and gross and full of veins and little things, and I don't want to look at that. And also, it's a window to your soul, and I don't want to see into people's souls because of the darkness that does exist is crazy. It's crazy. So yeah, yeah. What kind of like? There's only going to be the one, right? Like that's it. Like Oklahoma, yeah, everybody gets one of mostly everything. So in a world where again I keep going back to this, a, a black guy gets like a little bag of weed from his friend who sells some weed so that he can pay for whatever his life is, and he's like, I'm gonna go smoke this weed by myself and nobody's even gonna know about it. And then a cop is like, no, sorry, you're going to jail for like a long time. Oh, really? For like with the stuff that everybody, yeah, 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 you're going to jail. But in Oklahoma, we're not in Oklahoma right now. If we were in Oklahoma, you could have sex with somebody's face and there's nothing I could do. Nothing I could do. What? How many things have to take place before you even get to the point where you're putting something in somebody else's face? There's the underage drinking, waiting till they're poison level alcoholism. You don't take them to the hospital. It's endangering their life. And then public nudity, or at least nudity that is without consent. Like that's still like, isn't it? That's still, doesn't that where it begins? No? Come on, it is. Don't even. What? Stay out of Oklahoma. Terrified. Worried that I can't breathe out of my gills I don't have when people are putting things in people's mouths. Like, how hard is it to do that to a person that's awake? You know how hard? What? Let's calm down. Watch a cartoon. Not about this at all. Cleanse our palate. Uh, talk about some other things. Talk about some other things. Cause yeah, I mean, like, really? After this one, like the next one, like that's when Oklahoma's gonna go, okay, that judge was nuts. We're gonna put him in jail, and nobody else is allowed to do this because every sleeping person will have to start sleeping with like a Hannibal Lecter mask with a padlock on the back because how else could you get to sleep without the fear? I already worry that spiders and flies will, and house is fine. It's not. not a bunch of bugs in here anyway, but people still say, oh, you swallow at least a few bugs in your life, and that's when you sleep. Excellent. So I always put a blanket over my mouth, but then what if all the bugs from the blanket and the little things that you don't, the skin mites that they say are in everything, they get in? No. Yeah. What? This judge loves things in mouths, and that's not cool. Let's watch a cartoon. And we're back. Okay, like I said, drunk. Still drunk. I got a bunch of orange juice. Put a bunch of rum, maybe vodka. Don't remember. I don't drink that much, so it's been a while since I've bought it, so I don't remember what it is. I just know that a little shot glass worth mixed with your juice, and then all of a sudden, you're drunk on the internet. Whatever. Whatever. Not as bad as saying that it's totally cool for this kid to do what he did. That kid should not have done it. You should have. So like blown. Um on the, I don't know, I want to say similar, but still a different avenue, but similar town. Uh, there's it's like the same day or within the same few days, a video popped up on the YouTube of, hey, this is hilarious. It's not that it's not hilarious. People going crazy is hilarious. That's why you're watching this show. It's hilarious to watch me lose my mind over things that everybody else is kind of losing their mind over, but they're like, am I losing my mind at the appropriate level? No, you're not. This is the appropriate level. Being drunk has nothing to do with it. This is how I normally am, and then the drunkenness, unlocks the key to being a little more out there with what I'm actually thinking. And the dog goes crazy in the distance. Um, so this guy, uh, records himself and decides this is something I should put up there. But when I see these, and I feel like there's too many of them, and there's a lot of people that are just like, this is what I'm striving for. This is who I am, and you should know that about me. And you should not advertise this about you, and this shouldn't be who you are. But this guy was like in the front seat of his car, and there's like his daughter who's, I don't know, like 3 or 4 or something ridiculous. And she's like, I want a boyfriend someday, daddy. And the dad is like, if you get a boyfriend, I will break his legs. I will chop him up. I will do horrific things to this boy. Why? Because he wants to spend any time with you and because you want to spend time with him. I guess I forgot why I'm married and why I have a kid and how this whole thing has come about. Instead, I've decided, to go to the wrong camera. That's fine. That my whole point in life now is to protect this person from all of the maniacs out there. But all I see is, if you think that this is what like every boy wants to do to your daughter, then that's probably coming from what you think you should do or you're supposed to do or what you want to do to every woman out there, and that makes you a maniac and you should break your own knees and legs because you terrify me. Like, I'm terrified to speak to like girls and women just because I know that you have a brother, you have a father, you have a friend who has decided anybody so much as looks at you in whatever way they think is the wrong way, and I will effing murder them. Murder them. Like, and they say that out loud like it makes sense and it's okay to say. Oh no, no, because a lot of people have that Superman syndrome, that the Punisher itis, where it's like, I want something really bad to go down. I want to confront a Bin Laden so that I can have my ultimate revenge fantasy served up, and just everybody's happy. It's legal. What did you do? Oh well, that guy, like, see, my daughter was raped, so I got to go bananas and just tear through this guy with a chainsaw and then eat what was left because I was so filled with rage. Like, you're probably already filled with so much rage. You shouldn't have those fantasies on tap and ready to go, right? You got to pull back and chill out. You have to remember, you always have to remember, if you have a revenge fantasy, it means you also have a victimization fantasy where you need your wife or daughter to be raped or abused so that you can enact your ultimate revenge fantasy. You got to wipe out this thing so that you don't have to have this thing. And then I don't know, imagine picnics instead. Why not have a picnic fantasy or a sing along fantasy or escape from the Nazis fantasy where everyone sings and has a good time, instead of, straight up finding a reason to break somebody's knees just because, A, they did something wrong to your kid or wife or friend or whoever, and drunk, completely lost whatever I was saying. Completely. This is why you shouldn't drink and drive. I don't even think it's responsible to YouTube and drive because I just completely dropped a mic of thoughts and I don't know where. I don't know. I have no idea what that second thought was. It's gone. Completely gone. Which is fine. Normally the show is supposed to be 22 minutes, and I somehow stretch it out to 30 when I completely try not to. Um, but I don't know. Again, like, everybody has their revenge and avenge fantasies. That's fine. Like, that's what we get from watching uh, movies, reading comics, and whatever. You want to be that hero for some reason. And is this working? I think so, barely. Uh, every story, if you know how stories work, if you've read the book on here's how to get a story going, it's always, for the most part, the hero's journey uh system, scenario. I forget I don't know the word I'm trying to think of here. Um, but you need an inciting incident. So you have your hero. They are nothing. They're basically, just a person, and you're trying to introduce their flaws and confusions and their hopes and dreams. And then they need something else, something in the world to say, hey, do you want to do this? Do you want to deal with this? Do you want to fight against this or join this? And then the hero is like, based on what we know about me so far, yes, I will go to uh, Dagobah and I will learn the ways of the Jedi until I get a sense of the Force and I have to go save my friends while my new trainer guy literally dies in front of me. That's, par for the course. That's what life is. That's how it goes. Boxes of chocolates and pantyhose, rhyming for no reason because nobody knows. The show is over and away we must goes. And I'm going to keep going until I run out of nose. Ran out. Be good, be careful, and good morning, everybody.
Click on my butt or Ripley's butt to subscribe. Click on my butt. Click on my butt. Click on my butt.